Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 in our Newcastle United series, where we are still on an incredible run at the moment. We won 5 games on the trot, 4 of which in the Premier League, before then being held to a draw against Leicester at home. It was a late goal from Robert Huth that managed to steal a point for Leicester, maybe deserved on balance across the result, but today we get to play a few more teams that I think we really should be beating. We'll be facing West Brom, Bournemouth and Watford in today's episode, and then tomorrow we'll be facing Man City, West Ham and Everton. So hopefully we can get 9 points today, which if we have a look at the competition screen, you'll see with us sitting in 9th place, we are only 3 points off the top 4, and we have a game in hand over Manchester United, so we really could be cracking into that top 4 by the end of today's episode. Now for this match against West Brom, we are currently the favourites, I think. 6-4 would make us favourites. West Brom 13-8. Draw 2-1, so all a bit tight there. Not a lot separating the two teams. West Brom's recent form just fair as is excellent, and our pass completion ratio of 69% is our biggest weakness, or is that their biggest weakness? Hard to know. That is a West Brom report, so their biggest weakness is passing, which could really play into our favour because we tend to retain possession quite well. Now the team for this match against West Brom, we're going to be putting out Williams, Saive and Perez up front. We'll then have Colback and Shelvey in midfield, with Haidara, Clark, Mbemba, Lascelles and Manquillo in defence, and Carl Darlow in goal. We can see the West Brom team being led at the line by Salomon Rondon, Morrison just behind him, Rodriguez, Kutroviak, Jakob and Phillips in midfield, with Gibbs, Evans, Dawson and Johnny in defence, and Foster in goal. Nobody there that I think would really get into our team, so I think we really should be winning this match. Otto with the throw-in for West Brom, cut out by Jose Perez, who then is brought down, but no foul given. Rodriguez, edge of the area, is tackled by Colback. They could have had a really good chance there, West Brom, but Colback doing a good job in defence. Evans then sends the ball back forward for West Brom. It's come to Phillips on the right-hand side. He's got 2 at the back stick, 3 at the back stick, and Rodriguez there, one of the 3 players outnumbering our defenders, and they have taken the lead just 19 minutes into this game. Well, at the half-time whistle, we are 1-0 down. It is not acceptable, really. West Brom, probably the better team. We've retained possession really well, but we just haven't been able to create enough chances, and that is going to hurt us. I'm going to tell the team I want to see something else in the second half. Most players have reacted well to that, but we cannot be losing this game, given how well we've been doing recently. Colback with a free kick, trying to get away back into the game. Shelvey's in there, and Williams again gets another goal. He cannot stop scoring. He has brought us back on level terms. Jonjo Shelvey will get the assist because it was his header that created the chance before Williams was able to tuck the ball home. Just under an hour played now, and we are really back in this game, but it is going to be tough. We still need another good chance to come up. But you can see we are starting to have a few more shots, and we've got another free kick to cause trouble from here. Lascelles with the header, and Lascelles scores as well. It is 2-1. We have turned West Brom around. The team have reacted to the team talk, and we have the lead over West Brom for the first time today. Gibbs with a throw-in, just 15 minutes left to play. It's come back to him. He then puts it across to Kutroviak, who's got way too much room there. We haven't managed to get the tackle in. Jakob back to Kutroviak. Otto forward to Phillips, who's in behind there. He puts the ball across, and Darlow with a good stop. I was worried that was going to angle into that far post, but luckily Darlow able to keep the ball out of the goal. Gibbs with a free kick, just 5 minutes to go. That's the worst free kick I think I've ever seen. And we are now on the counter-attack. Beautiful ball by Williams to pick out Jose Perez. He's got players in the middle. He looks for one, and Jakob heads it out. Colback can't get to it. It is played forward, and now Rodriguez on the counter-attack, but a brilliant tackle from Manquillo. And we have got possession back once more. Lascelles, though, running out of room there, sends it back to Darlow. who does pick out Haidara with that long ball forward, and now Colback has it. Gale sips it through. Williams can't get there, but Perez is in on goal, and it is 3-1. The turnover becomes a bit of a humiliation for West Brom, who are 1-0 up at half-time, and are now looking at a 3-1 defeat from our team, who are picking up their 6th win in 7 games unbeaten. It's a remarkable run of form for a newly promoted side, and it means we could well be knocking on the door of the Champions League places once this final whistle goes, because we were only 3 points behind United and we had a game in hand. So we'll have to see in just a minute whether we've managed to get through. But with 30 seconds left to go, this has been a very good second half performance. Gale currently running with a knock. I brought him on as a substitute to see if he'd be able to do anything. Now we've got Williams over to Haidara. Colback can't keep the ball and then nearly gives it away again. Gale finds Perez. Is there one last chance here? A 4th goal would be brilliant if we were able to do it. And here's Haidara in a good position. Can he get the cross in? He beats the defender, but the full-time whistle does go. And we have managed to take a 3-1 win over West Brom. Brilliant, brilliant stuff from the team. I'm going to tell the team I'm very happy with the way they played, because they did well after I gave them a little bit of a bollocking to come back. And you can see we are now up to 5th place after 12 games, and relegation pretty much not a threat at this point, because we're 14 points clear over the other teams in the relegation zone, and we are ahead of Chelsea, Arsenal and Manchester City and Liverpool, who are down in 15th as well. And when you think that we've got Stoke and West Ham are 2 of the teams above us, there's every chance that we could be creeping into the top 4 proper by the end of this episode. Well, after the brilliant comeback against West Brom, we now need to try and start a little bit better, but get us the same result against Bournemouth. Another win would be unbelievable. I mean, I'm already blown away. Ordinarily, I really struggle at the start of a new Football Manager, but this tactic, which worked so brilliantly for us last year in FM17, is doing brilliantly for us again this year. And against Bournemouth, I'm quite hopeful we will get a win. As I said last time in the last match, 6 wins from the last 7 games mean we have excellent form, and Bournemouth currently with inconsistent form. I'm not really sure why they've highlighted the green form here as... Is it meant to be better than ours? I don't understand why it's highlighted green. And as you can see, we're in 4th place in the league, which is better up. I think maybe that's for who the favourites are. So league position and recent form, we would be the favourites, but the odds seem to be favouring Bournemouth right now, which is a little bit surprising. I suppose the away from home factor might be important, but a 10th place Bournemouth, I think we can get a win against. They have won 3 of their last 4 though, so it will be tough. A draw would be totally fine by me, and you can see because Manchester United have lost, if we win today, we'll be guaranteed to hold on to our 4th place in the league, which would be unbelievable. 12-13 games in the season to be at that point. Now the team we're going to put out against Bournemouth, quite similar to the one we put out in the last game. We're going to have Perez, Saive and Williams as the 3 up front. Colback and Shelvey are the 2 in midfield. Colback did brilliantly in the last game, and I'm hoping he can do really well again today. Then there's Dummett, Clark, Mbemba, Lascelles and Manquillo in defence, with Carl Darlow between the sticks. First highlight of the game, nearly 20 minutes in. We've got the ball, but Afobe doing well there to clean up, and Begovic launches it forward, but Clark comfortably able to get there. Already on a yellow card. Perez tries to put the ball in, but it is taken away, and Bournemouth can pass the ball around defence. Dangerous move. We're pressing high, and Williams has stolen the ball, and Williams scores yet another goal. I mean, I don't even know how many he's got this season. It must be nearly 10, if not 10, at this point. 1-0 up already. A huge mistake from the Bournemouth defence, punished by what has got to be the signing of the season. I can't imagine any other club has picked up a player as good as George Williams. He only cost us £10 million, and he is banging in goal after goal. Well, at half-time, we do still have that lead. You can see from the stats, it's quite even out there at the moment. We're fouling a lot more than Bournemouth are. We've got 4 yellow cards, which is something we need to be careful of. But we're not dominating possession, which is a little bit interesting. I'm going to tell the team I'm happy with their performance. Don't often get to say that at half-time. But hopefully they'll be able to carry that on. I'm disappointed we haven't created more chances in this game, and that the one that we got wasn't even one we created. It's one Bournemouth created for us. So we need to get those chance creation stats up as quickly as we can. Corner from Gerardo. In towards Afobe. Dummett clears it off the line. Important to have a man there. Defoe with the ball. Dangerous position. Fraser can't get it in. Defoe's shot comfortably saved by Darlow. And we are nearly at that hour mark. Still 1-0 to us. But Flanagan with another throw in here. Finds Defoe. Fraser puts a cross in but caught by Carl Darlow. Players pretty narrow down the middle there, but he gets the throw out. Colback does manage to keep the ball. And Bemba down the line to Williams. Great pass to Ayoze Perez. Williams bursting forward, trying to get another goal. Saive to Colback. Now Perez. He's got a man running outside of him, but he's just lost possession there, Perez. Francis sends it forward, and he's not quite managed to deal with it. And Bemba forward to Colback. Now Perez finds Williams. Overlapping run coming in from Manquillo. Pulls it back across, and Perez with a shot. It's saved, but Williams following up, and it's saved again. How did Williams not score then? He's so clinical. And that seemed like such an easy opportunity, but the defender somehow managed to get across. Here's Clark onto Dummett. A flurry of activity in this game right now. Colback loses, or Perez loses the ball after a Colback pass. Now Shelvey onto Perez again. Williams finds Saive, leads it out to Dummett, and it's saved by Begovic once more. Williams with the corner. Puts it in towards the back stick. It comes down. Perez chasing after it, but he has committed a foul on Flanagan. The referee bringing him over as well. And that makes it 5 yellow cards. Manquillo throws the ball to John Joe Shelvey. He's given it away there. I'm not even sure who he was trying to pass that to. And the ball is launched forward. Lascelles with a good header. Colback manages to get across and keep the ball. Now it's Dummett. Inside to John Joe Shelvey. Colback onto Perez. He's got a run there from Saive, but Saive can't connect. Flanagan forward to Fraser for Bournemouth. Picks out Defoe. He then finds Gerardo. Now Wilson in the middle of the pitch. Goes past 2 players, and he's dinked that well wide of the goal. Well, with 10 minutes left to go, we still have our 1-0 lead here. We are creating a few chances, but Bournemouth looking a little bit dangerous. The ball put forward by Darlow, but not even a Newcastle player down that end of the pitch. Now they switch flank to Fraser. There's an overlapping run. Fraser tries to use him, and it comes back to Fraser once more. He then picks out Wilson in the middle. Great interception there, but we can't get the ball to one of our strikers. Here's Fraser down the wing for Flanagan, but well cut out by Kieran Clark. He's had a good game today, which means he's about to lose the ball. He does manage to just about keep it. Marino to Colback. Now Dummett. 3 players running ahead of him. Matt Ritchie, one of them. Beautiful ball over the top. Williams, can he finish this time? It's saved again by Begovic. It could have been 3 or 4-0 today if not for him in the Bournemouth goal. We've got a throw-in in a good position though. 5 minutes left on the clock to see out. Manquillo with the throw-in. He's just trying to waste time here, which I totally support. And he's given the ball away, which I don't support. Keeper sends it forward, but the highlight comes to an end. Just the few minutes left to go. I'm going to waste time with a little pointless substitution. We can take Perez off and maybe give Mitrovic a little bit of a run around for the last 4 minutes of added time. Can we grind out yet another 1-0 win? It looks like we will. Just 20 seconds left to go here for Bournemouth. But right now, the time is running out, and we are about to pick up our 7th win in 8 games and put ourselves 3 points clear of Manchester United. Williams finds Colback. There's another chance here. Mitrovic to Ritchie. He can't shoot, being forced away from goal. Tackled by Francis. We've got a free kick though. Full-time whistle still not gone here. I don't really want to commit people forward, but they seem like they're going up anyway. Francis being called out by the referee. There was never going to be a foul, but Ritchie with the free kick plays it to the edge of the area, and it's just over the bar by Mbemba, but that will be the full-time whistle for sure. And we have picked up another win away from home against an established Premier League team. And who knows how far we can go with this team and this tactic right now. We've not really made any changes. You can see we've got another achievement here, scoring streak, because we must have scored in 10 consecutive games if I had to imagine. I'm going to leave Matt Ritchie to the physio. We've been fined 25 grand, don't really care about that. But I will accept all of these offers because I would quite like to get rid of Mitrovic. And then I want to have a look at the competition screen. And you can see we're up to 3rd place in the table with just about everybody having played. Stoke can go above us if they do win their game in hands. But that is incredible. How are we in 3rd place? We're only 4 points off the top spot, 13 games into the season. The board obviously are ecstatic with us, and we've still got the quarterfinal of the Carabao Cup to go. It's just been an absolutely brilliant start to the season, and next up in the final match of today we'll be taking on Watford, another away game, and then next episode we'll have a huge match with Man City in what could be a if we win the next 2 games, we could be looking at such a sensational first season in the Premier League. Well, after another brilliant win, the new chairman, Steve Hollis, has decided to offer me a new contract. This, remember, not long after he reviewed my position and wanted to bring in his own manager. The results recently have clearly changed his thinking, and you can see why with this nice streak of green and a generally brilliant start to my time at the club with just 2 defeats, and they were against Chelsea and Manchester United, which is pretty understandable. So a bit of a no-brainer for the new chairman, given that the contract runs out at the end of the season. I'm going to accept the current vision because I'm happy really with the transfer budget and wage budget, and there are no philosophies. At the moment, if we negotiate the contract, my existing contract is for 54 grand, so he's going to have to up his offer a little bit. Let's try 66. We go to 55. Let's go to 58. He's on 56, 57. There we go, 57 grand a week. That's an extra 3 grand a week for me, so another 150 grand a year in my back pocket out of the club, which maybe impacts the transfer window. I don't know why I negotiate a higher salary in Football Manager all the time, but you always seem to want to do it when actually it'd be better just to take a £0 a week deal. But there you go, a 2-year contract extension to June 2020. Happy with that, and I'm not going to bother talking to the press because it's full of snakes. But yeah, let's go forward to that Watford game and hopefully pick up a perfect episode. Well, as you can see, for a change, even though we're the away team, we are still evens favourites for this match. We're in 4th place in the league, excellent form. Watford languishing down in 12th place and as likely to get a draw as they are to get a win. Manager Marco Silva, top goal scorer Michy Batshuayi, who they must have brought in. His 3 strikes are already good enough to rank him 25th in the competition. That is not a lot of goals for Watford, but their formation has been apparently causing some trouble. I don't think that'll be an issue for us. Our tactic is just unbelievable, and we're going to be playing this one with Williams, Saive and Perez all up front as they were in the last game. Colback and Shelvey still in midfield as well, with Haidara, Clark, Mbemba, Lascelles and Yedlin in defence for this one, and Darlow in goal. Well, you can see Batshuayi is leading the line and is their top scorer. There's also Firmino, Cleverley and Richarlison up front for them. Capoue and Chalobah, the 2 in midfield. Holebas, Britos, Cathart and Janmaat look like a pretty weak defence to me, especially with Gomez, the captain, in goal. So maybe a better top end than West Brom had a couple of games ago, but certainly not as good a defence. And our front line really should be causing some problems, especially with Williams up front. Shelvey with the corner, just 2 minutes into the game. Cathcart then tries to get the ball forward, but it is picked up by Kiko, who is now trying to run at the defence. What a tackle by Haidara. Shelvey plays it back to Lascelles. Haidara now in central midfield. Williams onto Saive. Williams makes another brilliant run. What a burst of pace that was. Now Colback holds up the play. It comes to Haidara. Back out on the left flank now. He picks out Colback in a good position. He's got a left-footed cross. It hits the post and Cathcart just about gets the ball away. Haidara, though, with the resulting throw, gives the ball away to Kiko. Second time he's been able to break forward. He then finds Michy Batshuayi, cutting in from the right-hand side. It's the batsman. He tries to put the ball across, and there's a brilliant finish from Richarlison on the scissored volley. Batshuayi with a good cross, and we've been counter-attacked really well, and 3 minutes in we are a goal down. Colback trying to go in for the tackle. He picks out Ayoze Perez. Half an hour gone now. We're still trying to get back into this game. Yedlin onto Williams. Lays the ball off to Haidara in a brilliant position, and he somehow drags that shot wide of the post. There was such a big gap there. He didn't even have to hit it hard. He just had to hit it with accuracy. And instead we've got Watford taking a free kick. Edge of the area, Kiko caused us some problems already, and there's Batshuayi for 2-0. And despite being evens favourites, I would say we're certainly odds on to suffer a defeat unless we can get a goal sometime soon. Kiko with the throw in, nearly half time. Watford trying to humiliate us further. It's Chalobah onto Capoue, edge of the area. Finds Janmat, but Darlow is able to pick that ball up. Can we get it down the other end and create one more chance? He sends it out to Kieran Clark. Cole back onto Shelvey. Now Ayoze Perez. Slips it forward. Yedlin's got to the ball. He's not got many options there. He pushes it back towards Lascelles. Now Mbemba. Gives the ball away. I mean, that is horrendous from Charles Mbemba. Or Chancellor Mbemba. And Batshuayi very nearly got the goal there. We're very fortunate that that hit the inside of the post and trickled along the line instead of over it. But you can see at half time, on paper we've been the better team. But that is not the reality, and I've got to give the team a proper bollocking if we're going to turn this game around. I mean, they are much better than this. The team talk is perfectly accurate, and they have reacted well to it, but I think 2 goals down is going to be really tough to try and overturn, and Yedlin committing a foul there won't help. Kiko with a free kick, puts it in, and Richarlison makes it 3-0, 3 minutes into the second half, and we have already conceded a third. It's humiliating for the team that have won 7 of their last 8. Shelvey puts in a good tackle there. The ball runs free. Just over 10 minutes left in this game. Still 3-0. We've not been able, despite being on attacking for a while, to be able to get a goal back. But here's Perez onto Colback. Now it's Yedlin. Pushes the ball over to Williams. Onto Atsu, who's on off the bench. He's got Williams making a run through the middle. He goes out instead to Dummett. He's got 3-4 players in the middle. Colback with the ball. Sets it up for Dummett, who whips it in. It's saved. Atsu following up. Can't get the ball back. There is the cross, and it is put out for a corner. Olavas sends a free kick over to Kiko, edge of the area. He has a shot, but it goes high and wide, and that's going to be the full-time whistle. I mean, it's been absolutely unacceptable, this game. These results do happen every so often, even when you put together a great run. But I mean, that was really not good enough. And a 3-0 humiliating defeat means we could slip out the top 4. We are still hanging on at the moment, but all of the teams around us still to play. We are 1 point clear of Chelsea, but we could be overtaken by Chelsea, Southampton and Man City in time for the next game. So that is really not a good situation to be in. Even United can jump above us, so we could drop down as low as 8th place once everybody else has played if we're quite unlucky. But that is just a little bit of reality for us, given the amazing run we've been on. It's our first defeat in 8 matches. So that's now 1-7, drawn 1, lost 1 in our last 9 games, which is still a record to be very proud of. But when you're going into a game against Man City next, you really would have liked to go in off the back of a win. Instead, the team are going to have to react well. It's the first time we haven't scored for quite some time as well. 10 games, I think, since we last failed to score. And City will probably try and shut up shop a little bit as well. They are the favourites. We're only 3-1 though, which is a good chance of getting a result. I'd be happy with a draw at home against City. We'll also take on West Ham and Everton in the next episode, so do make sure to subscribe if you want to catch that episode tomorrow. Drop a like on the video as well if you are enjoying this Newcastle beta series. I know that the full game comes out in 2 days' time, but the beta, or this beta series, will continue for a little bit after the game is fully released, and then hopefully you should start seeing some experiments coming out quite soon. Make sure to drop a like on the video though, and follow me on Twitter if you aren't already. But until next time, see ya!